Guys, we're back with another one. I got this meter right here that my screen is actually, I'm going to turn it on and show you. My screen actually has a little bit of deterioration right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and see if I can get any part numbers off of that. See if I can get a replacement class, get some measurements. So let's go to town on that. Sorry for the noise. I do have a metal roof. I'm in a shed, and when it rains it gets very loud in here. So there's a little drizzle still going on out there. And unfortunately, it does get noisy. I tend to try not to be in here when it's raining. That doesn't always happen. So, but for the most part. Alright, it should pop out the bottom here. Here we go. There's half of it. The other half, here's my battery. Let's go ahead and disconnect. That way we won't have any problems. Those of you looking at home, little fuses. These are really well made multimeters. A lot of people don't like this model, but it's actually a pretty good model. It's not bad. So anyhow, let's it should come out. Let's see, was there a screw or something in here? I can't remember. I don't think there was. May have to pop those fuses out. I don't know. Let's see. Let me get something a little stronger. And let's see here. Yeah, it looks like the little screw right here underneath the fuse panel here. Yep, that's all it was. Got the piezo right in there. Let's see here. What all do we need to do to get that sucker out? Looks like we got 4 screws on the top here for the screen. Let's go to town on that. Go with the small one. I've had a bunch of videos, man, that I don't have, that I've lost. I don't know where they've gone to, but with a lot of different equipment that I've gotten and repaired, and some that I haven't been able to repair, so I've got to get back to that and see if I can. This looks like it should come right out of there. Sure does look like it can pop out of there. Let me keep taking the rest of these screws out. Take a chance of breaking something. screw. I don't think so. I think that was it. What am I missing here? There we go. Okay, there's the board. We don't need this right now, so I'll cover on there. We'll go through that in a minute. There is my zebra strips. Those are some long zebra strips and wide. Look how wide that is. So I could have just popped that out of there, it looks like, but we don't want to break nothing, so see if we can pop this out of here without creating a problem. Here's my glass. Turn on some more light. Oh, it's really stuck on there. That is a shame though, that thing has, I mean, the screen looks like it's in really good shape minus that debris that's on there. But this is what I'm looking for. Go ahead and mark this. So I know what side that goes in. So that's the number I need. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of that. There we go. Gotta have a picture. Yeah, it's a shame. You see right there, guys. Make sure that's in the shot. It's inside, unfortunately. Not a whole lot I can do about that. I do want to measure this. So let me get my measurer here. See what we got. What we got here? So we got 42 millimeters. That's the height. .42 mil. And 70 millimeter length. So yeah. You could do it like that, but I'm sure that's correct size, right? So yeah. that, but just in case. Looking at 1, 2, 3 millimeter. Thickness. All right. Let's go ahead and shove that back in there. Get that wiped. I'll wipe that clean as best as we can. Get some alcohol. And clean this other up as much as we can here. That's all we can do. It's a shame that they don't have a better. Anyways, let's look at this real quick while we have it out. Got some interesting components here, don't we? Got a metal can. That's more than likely the driver for the LCD. We got a little plastic cover here, which is covering, looks like a thick film resistor network. Some capacitors in here. Obviously well shielded for a very good reason. Keep that calibration. You know, we got some transistor here, capacitors, some jelly bean parts. Looks like a clock there, or crystal. Got the bridge rectifier. Got our little switch there, contact switch. Protection here. Looks like another network resistor, another resistor. Probably some pretty good precision capacitors there. It's really not a whole lot here. So I imagine this is actually everything here. This is the processor and the driver all in one chip, because I don't see another chip here. Could be wrong. Let me see what this is over here. It's kind of see what this is. This looks like what is it? LT555. That's a timer. So we got some timers back there. So yeah, this looks like everything underneath that chip right there. So interesting. All right, let's clean these contacts as well while we're here. Clean it all up. All right, clean it all up. This is some IP, guys. Alcohol. So it's just some alcohol. Should be wearing rubber gloves. I should say it's critical. Really, I don't know why I'm not wearing them. I'm trying to be careful not to really touch anything important, but anytime you handle precision equipment, you really do want to have rubber gloves, because your fingerprints are oily and they have you know, some corrosive to it. When we touch these boards, we get our that oil on the boards, and it'll hinder it later on down the road. You'll get corrosion and other things happen, so keep it clean if possible, as clean as you can. That way you won't have any issues. Yeah, that press fit was definitely part of the alright, and here we have, this makes contact with that right there, and we get our sound. You can see right there. I believe those two right there. Somehow it makes contact in there gracefully. Alright, let's get the screw here we left aside just in case. Oh, wait a minute, guys. I'm already goofing up here. I'm goofing up already. I did not put my screws on. How come nobody told me anything? Come on, guys. Supposed to be watching my back. Always make sure you go backwards till you hear that click, and then screw back down on these because they're plastic inserts. They basically make their own threads the first time, so if you don't go back the same way, you basically cross thread the plastic, and it'll go on the first, second time, but the problem is after a while you just ruin the you put a lot of stress and you ruin that plastic boss, if you will, where the screw's going into, and you don't want to do that. So screw them back down properly so you don't have a problem. Alright, now that I'm got the screws back in there like I should, now we can put in the little tiny hidden screw here. Same thing, you want to back it up and then go back in there once you feel everything's in place. Put your fuses back in. There we go. Get our battery back in there. Yeah. Our glass. I'm going to do a quick little cleaning in here just in case. I'm going to put that back together. I believe it tips on the top first a little bit. A little clip on. And then before we put the other fur bolts, let's test it. Make sure it's still coming on. It is. As you can see. Let's do yeah, that looks a lot like that, like what they're selling on eBay, so we'll just have to go back and check that. I really want to try to get a working screen. Anyways, guys, I think that pretty much does it right here. Thanks for watching. When we get that ordered, and I'll make another video again and show you guys the whole process again. We'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Take care now. Bye.